Welcome to our countdown of the top 10 most protected people in the world. These individuals have some of the most advanced security measures in place to ensure their safety. From heavily fortified residences to highly trained security personnel, no expense is spared in safeguarding these prominent figures. Join us as we venture into the world of elite protection, where vigilance is paramount and security is an art form. Let's dive in. The President of the United States is arguably the most protected person on Earth. At the heart of this protective web lies the Secret Service, an elite agency tasked with ensuring the President's safety. The President travels aboard Air Force One, a technological marvel that serves as a mobile command center and an impenetrable fortress in the sky. The White House, the President's iconic residence, transforms into an impregnable bastion, its walls reinforced, its windows bulletproof. The Secret Service meticulously plans every presidential motorcade, employing a phalanx of armored vehicles and expert drivers. The President's food is meticulously screened, and every public space they visit is secured by multiple layers of security. Deep within the heart of Rome lies Vatican City, home to the spiritual leader of millions, the Pope. The most iconic symbol of the Pope's security is the Pontifical Swiss Guard, donning their distinctive Renaissance-era uniforms. When the Pope ventures beyond the Vatican, he does so in the Pope Mobile, a specially designed vehicle with bulletproof glass. Plainclothes security personnel mingle with the crowds, constantly scanning for any sign of danger. Advanced surveillance systems monitor every corner of Vatican City, ensuring any threat can be swiftly neutralized. Few institutions evoke the same sense of history and tradition as the British royal family. The primary responsibility for their safety falls upon the Royalty and Specialist Protection, or RASP. These highly trained officers conduct meticulous security sweeps and provide close protection during public engagements. The royal family's residences, including Buckingham Palace, are transformed into fortresses with multiple layers of security. During public appearances, security measures are heightened, with snipers strategically positioned and comprehensive CCTV coverage. Every visitor undergoes stringent security checks, and the grounds are constantly patrolled. The Russian president operates within a security apparatus that reflects the country's history and geopolitical standing. Tasked with safeguarding the leader is the Federal Protective Service, or FSO. The president's movements are shrouded in secrecy, and their public appearances are carefully choreographed. The Kremlin is transformed into an impregnable fortress patrolled by heavily armed guards and monitored by surveillance cameras. When the president travels, they do so in an armored limousine, often part of a heavily guarded motorcade. The FSO deploys countermeasures, including signal jamming technology and decoy vehicles, to thwart potential threats. In a nation as vast as China, the security of the president is paramount. The Central Security Bureau, or CSB, is responsible for safeguarding the Chinese leader. The president's movements are shrouded in secrecy, and their public appearances are carefully managed. The president's residences, including the Zhongnanhai compound, are heavily guarded with multiple layers of security. When the president travels, they do so in an armored limousine, part of a large motorcade. The CSB employs technological measures, including facial recognition software and surveillance drones, to protect the president. North Korea presents a unique challenge for security forces tasked with protecting the supreme leader. The Supreme Guard Command, an elite military unit, bears the primary responsibility for the leader's safety. The supreme leader's movements are rarely announced in advance, and their public appearances are carefully orchestrated. The supreme leader's residences are transformed into fortresses with multiple layers of security and underground bunkers. When the supreme leader travels, they do so in an armored limousine or a specially designed train, both equipped with advanced security features. In a region marked by conflict, the security of the Israeli Prime Minister is of paramount importance. The Shin Bet, Israel's internal security service, plays a leading role in protecting the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister's movements are closely guarded, and their public appearances are carefully planned. The Prime Minister's residence in Jerusalem is a heavily fortified compound with advanced surveillance systems. When the Prime Minister travels, they do so in an armored limousine, part of a heavily guarded motorcade. The Shin Bet employs countermeasures, including decoy vehicles and signal jamming technology, to thwart potential attacks. The French president is protected by a multi-layered security apparatus. At the heart of this protective shield is the Groupe de Sécurité de la Présidence de la République, or GSPR. The GSPR is renowned for its rigorous training and professionalism. The president's movements are closely monitored and their public appearances are carefully planned. The Élysée Palace, the president's official residence, is transformed into a fortress with multiple layers of security. When the president travels, they do so in an armored limousine, part of a heavily guarded motorcade. The German Chancellor benefits from a comprehensive security apparatus. The Federal Criminal Police Office, known as the Bundeskriminalamt, or BKA, plays a leading role in ensuring the Chancellor's safety. The Chancellor's movements are closely guarded and their public appearances are carefully planned. The German Chancellery, the Chancellor's official residence, is a heavily fortified building with advanced security systems. When the Chancellor travels, they do so in an armored limousine, part of a heavily guarded motorcade. The BKA employs countermeasures, including decoy vehicles and signal jamming technology, to thwart potential attacks. In a country as vast as India, the security of the Prime Minister is of paramount importance. The Special Protection Group, or SPG, bears the primary responsibility for the Prime Minister's safety. The Prime Minister's movements are closely guarded and their public appearances are carefully planned. The Prime Minister's residence in New Delhi is a heavily fortified complex with advanced security systems. When the Prime Minister travels, they do so in an armored limousine, part of a heavily guarded motorcade. The SPG employs countermeasures, including decoy vehicles and signal jamming technology, to thwart potential attacks. Thank you for watching our countdown of the top 10 most protected people in the world. These individuals live their lives under the constant watch of highly trained security personnel. While the level of protection may vary, the threat to their safety is real and ever-present. Their lives are a reminder that with great power comes great responsibility. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more interesting content.